A big SU football win in the Dome last night, and now it's basketball's turn. Syracuse women's hoops taking on Yale in the Dome. Welcome into our new house studios for our Cuse.com pregame show. Adam, Avin, and Riley Underwood here with you, breaking it all down between Syracuse and Yale. It's December 1st, and no better way to break in the month than with some college basketball. Syracuse and Yale, two programs, Riley, that are unfamiliar with one another. Just the third time ever that these two programs have played, but still should be an exciting one, though.
Welcome back to Cuse Countdown. Adam Avin, Gino Antamruno, and Luke Burgess talking Syracuse, Notre Dame men's hoops, and that's exactly where we start now. The Fighting Irish started off the year 4-0, looked good to start, but have lost 5 straight since, and similar to the Orange, have struggled against ranked opponents this year, lost both of their games to ranked opponents, and just lost their SEC-ACC challenge, like Syracuse, to Georgia. Guys, what's been wrong for them so far this year? Could it be just a personnel thing? But the schedule's been really hard, you know.
Syracuse football continues a historic losing streak to arguably its biggest rival and looks to bounce back after a terrible Thursday night football performance. Welcome to sports. I'm Adam Avin. Before we look at the events that took place in Pittsburgh last night, we need to go down the coast to South Carolina because our very own Sam Reese is at Clemson University, where our other football team, SU men's soccer, will be facing off against the Tigers tonight. Sam, good to see you, my friend. What should we be expecting from this matchup?
Samford, like Adam said, was storming back against Kansas when they made an insane block, totally clean, no contact, that could have changed the game for the Bulldogs. Instead, the refs called a foul, and mind you, they reviewed almost every single play in that game, but they can't review the single most important play at the end. I mean, what are they doing?
Welcome back into our CitrusTV studios. I'm Adam Avin here with Adam Gotkin and another Adam, Adam Cohen. Welcome, sir. It's good to see you.
Thanks for having me. Very excited to be here.
So I don't know how I'm going to differentiate between you two. We're all named Adam. Let's go by middle name.
Jacob.
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 Oh, man. Oh, this is
yeah,
crazy.
we're no help here.
The last time Syracuse and Texas played a basketball game against each other, it was 2003. The Cuse won on the back of Carmelo Anthony and took home the national championship. Today, Carmelo Anthony was on the sidelines watching his former squad, and well, the Orange could have used him down the stretch. After the game, Fran Brown said he's getting washed, and Syracuse football is back. Our Maria Wainscott tells us more about the Syracuse football win.
Last week, he had a beard on our airwaves, but it's gone today. Hey, Skylar, how are you, my friend? On the phone, despite SU's loss over the course of the season, they've been putting together really solid second-half efforts, so what's been the key for that, and how well has it worked so far?
Yeah, guys, should be a battle all over the court between these two programs, but these two have been battling head-to-head for a century. In 1914, the Orangemen beat the Irishmen 50-14. Unfortunately, we don't have any footage for that game, so we're going to jump far ahead. Syracuse football might have a bye week, but we are still rolling on. Welcome to sports. I'm Adam Avin. That's right, Fran Brown and his squad have no game tomorrow. Sorry, SU football fans, but while they get some well-deserved rest, this week has been busy around the Hill.
And scoring has definitely been a problem for Syracuse this year, guys, but an even bigger problem has been stopping the other team from scoring. I mean, too many problems to go around, but this has been a main point for Syracuse so far. They have the worst scoring defense in the ACC. They allow over 80 points per game. That is not manageable going forward. No. You know, what can Syracuse do on the defensive end to improve? Do they go back to the Jim Boeheim zone, guys?
Ailey, thanks so much for joining us. Syracuse and Yale. This is another non-conference opponent for Syracuse. How important is this game for the Orange to get early in the season?
It's extremely important.
While Coach Autry still is figuring out lineup decisions, for Texas, it's very clear who should be getting the ball in the big moments. Trey Johnson, the true freshman, delivered when it counted. 16 points, 3 assists, and went 6 of 6 from the free throw line in the final minutes to secure the win for Texas.
Sports still in full swing heading into the holiday season. We need to take a look at our Syracuse teams around the Hill. Welcome to sports. I'm Adam Avin. But before we do just that, let's go big picture to the NFL. The playoffs just around the corner, and a huge game took place last night. Division rivals Detroit and Green Bay faced off on Thursday Night Football, and it was everything you wanted and more. Let's take a look at the highlights from that game. It was the game of the running backs. David Montgomery, 2 touchdowns in this one, got the Lions off to an early lead. They took a 17-7 lead heading into the halftime break, but Jordan Love for the Packers said, I got you, Green Bay. Hits a deep shot to Christian Watson, sets them up for the touchdown. Like I said, the game of the running backs. Josh Jacobs for the Green Bay Packers, 3 touchdowns in this one, led the comeback, put the team on his shoulders. You love to see that from the all-pro running back. Jordan Love, though, trying to get them back to tie the game or potentially take the lead. They couldn't do that, so they settled for the field goal. The Packers waste all their timeouts now in the fourth quarter, and Jared Goff almost trips. David Montgomery gets the first down, secures the win for the Lions, sets up his kicker, Jake Bates, for the game-winning field goal, and Detroit stays at the top of the NFC. How does this change affect college football?
With conference realignment and this new trend of programs leaving and joining conferences, the landscape of the game might look different. Conferences that used to be regional now go from coast to coast. Certainly, fans have voiced their displeasure with conference realignment, saying it's hurting the integrity of rivalries and the game itself. But Coach Brown, what do you think about the ACC now?
This is my first time coaching. I don't care who we play. It's whatever. I mean, the schedule's already done, so just who we have to go and play. You got Cal, and then you'll have Stanford all the time, who should be on the schedule. So I mean, it's not. I'm happy to be able to go play them. I'm happy to go out to California. I'm happy that Stanford gets to come here.
Definitely much more travel now in a conference with 17 teams. Cal and SMU, along with Stanford, weren't sure where they were going to be before joining the ACC this offseason. But for Stanford head coach Troy Taylor, finding a new home in the ACC can only be described with one word.
Gratitude's probably the biggest word that comes to mind, and then also a respect for what teams are doing, in our conference. You see the parity of teams going against each other. I think it's a league that is very deep. There's really good coaching and talented players, and then there's tough venues. We're playing in one on Friday that's hard to go into those places.
While all this change might be a lot sometimes, this is the new ACC, and maybe this first one between Syracuse and Stanford is just the start to something really cool. After the break, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup from the Stanford side of things. Stay with us. We'll be right back. That's going to do it for Q's Countdown in 2024. For Gino Antamorino, Luke Burgess, our EP, Terrence Murphy, the whole CC crew, I'm Adam Avin saying enjoy the game and happy holidays.